If you go into Thomas's branch line, you will see a cheerful, friendly bus. His name is Bertie. He's been living on the Northwestern Railway for many years and wouldn't want to be anywhere else. He is not coming alone with his duties. He's accompanied by his brother Algie and their cousin Bulgy. Bertie and Algie and Bulgy are the only 3 buses left in service to this day. But in the earlier days, they were accompanied by their brothers and sisters and cousins. Unfortunately, they are the only 3 buses left in service. However, they were accompanied However, a few of their brothers and sisters have helped them out in recent years. The buses would never let their passengers down, but they are old and tire out more easily. One day, Algie was ill. The workmen tried to make him feel better, but it was no good. He'll have to go to Buckingham to get repaired. Repairs will take a long time, though. Bertie was sad to see his brother go. I'm going to miss you, Algie. It's not going to be the same without you. Oh, don't worry, smiled Algie. I'll be back before you know it. I know it's going to be a long time, but just be patient and I'll be home soon. At last, the tow truck came along. They hooked Algie up and Algie went away to Buckingham to be repaired. Bertie still continued on his works on the Farquhar branch line, helping getting children to school and helping deliver his passengers to railway stations where either Thomas, Bertie or Toby would take them. The next day, the manager came up with important news. Bertie, Algie, due to Algie being away for a long time, your timetables have been changed. Bulgy, I need you to work on the Wellsworth branch line to help out with Edward and Boco's passengers. Bertie, you'll be working on the Little Western for a few days, then you'll be back to working on the Farquhar branch line. Oh, the Little Western! I haven't been there in ages, smiled Bertie. Will I be doing tour buses? Well, I'm sadly to say you'll only be doing passengers there, due to you and Algie and Bulgy being really old and I can't afford to get another bus repaired. So we're hiring a modern, up-to-date bus to take over to doing tours for you. Bertie was speechless by this. But what, sir? A modern bus? Tour guide bus? What's wrong with me? Me and Algie and Bulgy have been doing that for years. Why, sir? Why? Well, I'm sorry, Bertie. Due to you, Algie and Bulgy being the only 3 buses left in service, as most of your brothers and sisters and cousins have either been sent away for scrapped or been preserved and retired and are now either in museums on static display, I can't afford to have another bus breaking down and going from another maintenance unit. I'm sorry. As the manager walked away to his car and drove off. Bertie was cross by this. It's not fair, Bulgy. We've been doing this for years. Why should we be replaced with something up to date? Oh, stop your nonsense, said Bulgy. Just be grateful you're working on the Little Western again. Now, excuse me, I have to work. Bulgy then started his engine and drove off. Bertie was very cross by this. Despite that, he did passenger runs on the Farquhar branch line to and from, backwards and forwards all day, even passing highways as other cars and trucks drove by, and even delivering passengers to church. One day, at church, he met up with his friend Terence. Hello, Bertie. Good to see you again. I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, it's nothing. I'm in a foul mood. Why is that? I'm being replaced with this modern, up-to-date tour guide bus. Do you know anything about it? Oh, yes, I've seen it drive here past the church multiple times. They have this woman who does tours about the railway through a microphone. What? Said Bertie. Oh, don't be so ashamed of it. Be grateful you're still running here on service. Sorry, Bertie, I can't stop and chat for long. I've got to go back to field to work. See ya, Bertie, smiled Terence as he drove off. But he was still cross by this. On the way, he stopped up to meet up with Thomas, Edward and Duck, who was resting in the yards. Hey guys, do you know anything about some sort of tour guide bus? Oh, you mean in that tour guide bus? It came to my branch line. They did tours on the China Quay Quarry. Me and Burko thought it was a wonderful thing to see. Much a nice change. Well, it doesn't do anything for me. Me, Algie, and Bulgy have been doing tour guides for many years. Why should we replace? Oh, you should be lucky, said Duck. You're just grateful that you're still working in service. You and Bulgy are still working in service. The manager's only doing you a favor. Look how long it's taking to repair Algie. Just you wait. I'm going to show that tour guide boss a thing or two. Don't get so revy, said Thomas. It might just come back at you. Pah! Thomas, I can't be bothering you. Excuse me? I have to go. Passengers that do to run. Oh, I don't like where this is going, said Edward. At the petrol station, Bertie was getting fueled up with petrol for his next passenger run. He was waiting eagerly to see where the tour guide bus. Bertie waited and waited. He looked all around, but there was no tour guide. Suddenly, he heard a strange sound. There, coming down the road, was the tour guide bus. It passed the petrol station where Bertie was at, and drove to the other corner. That's it, said Bertie. Bertie's driver hopped in, and Bertie started with a roar. He chased after the tour guide bus. Caroline, no time to explain. Get out of the way! Oh, Bertie! Suddenly, Bertie arrived at a level crossing. Rules are really strict about driving speed limits at level crossing. You only have to drive between the speed of 30 kilometers on level crossing. A policeman was there checking the speed limits of other vehicles when going past level crossings. Suddenly, he saw Bertie revving past the level crossing. What good great fires of London! That bus is traveling at 8 kilometers at 30 kilometer level crossing. The policeman hopped aboard his car and drove off. Oh, that's the policeman! But Bertie didn't take no notice. He wanted to get back at the tour guide bus. Bertie, we should pull over, said his driver. That policeman doesn't look very happy. Ha! Let's just keep finding that tour guide bus. I'm requesting for backup. Highway T junction. Cars, for many, have to be very cautious about driving on these highway roads. Giving way to many vehicles, the speed limit here is only 90 kilometers. Usually it would take turn. Unfortunately, today there was trouble. The logging service company truck came along the road that was from the Skarloey Railway, was in a hurry to deliver logs to the logging company service factory near Nafford Harbour. The driver was in no hurry as he was taking his time. Bertie saw the logging company service truck up ahead where it was crossing the T junction. Bertie's driver also saw it. Oh my goodness, replied driver. Bertie's driver applied the brakes, but the brakes had failed. Bertie skidded along the road. And it was too late. He crashed into the logging service company's truck's trailer. There was a huge mess. A bunch of police cars came all cornered him. What on earth do you think you're doing? Shouted the policeman. Driving at 80 kilometers an hour on a 30 kilometer level crossing. That's going to be a huge fine for your driver, and his license is going to be confiscated. Because of this incident, it took a long time to clear away the wreckage. There was a huge traffic jam from many people tooting angrily and impatiently. Harold the Coctor was helping report the news. The accident. I say, old chap, looks like you got in a bit of a crash accident here on the highway. Don't worry, the repair will soon be fixed immediately. Bertie didn't say anything. He was too embarrassed about the situation. That night at the bus port, the manager had severe words with him. What on earth, Bertie, do you think you're doing travelling at 85 kilometers an hour on a 30 kilometers level crossing? You caused damage to a factory company services truck that we have to pay for, and your driver and fireman are in hospital. I hope you're happy for what you've done. "You can stay in the shed until you're wanted," said the manager. He then walked away. Bertie felt rather guilty for what he'd done. He had a lot to think about for his actions.